Oh, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
And welcome back To Be Honest Radio. This is the first episode of the year. I am your host, Jay Davis, aka the Nimble Sex Symbol. And I'm joined by my lovely co-host, who's sweet like dear me, always stay on her feet, the lovely
Crystal Iris, the boss at extraordinaire. What's up? Happy New Year, guys.
Happy New Year. What's going on? Hey, Chantelli, for checking in. Happy New Year. Congratulations.
Yay. Congratulations, Chantelli.
Yeah. So we got a big show. Well, not a big show. We just got a lot of stuff to talk about in the show.
Yeah, we do have a lot to talk about in this show. So it's 2019, right?
Right.
And there's a lot of conversation about everything being new. You're talking about new jobs, new money, new goals. And when you think about when it comes to the relationships, people are like, forget this person. I'm not taking y'all into 2019 with me. So it's a lot of energy around not bringing people into the new year with them. But for the sake of this show and our goal for the show, we're doing top 19 dating and relationship goals for 2019 because we want to try to keep love together.
Number one, go get checked out. You can't be bringing old diseases into a new year. That's not cool. That's not number one, but I just thought that one.
Clearly. And it's on the list.
It is. We got a list?
Follow the list.
Okay.
It's on there. It's actually number 10.
I didn't even read it.
Get checked out.
Get that thing flushed out before y'all go infecting everybody. But we're going to get to number 10 in a minute.
No, go ahead. Just go ahead. That's going to be the number one.
Number one, go get checked out. Nobody likes new herpes or old herpes. So go get that thing.
That's how we starting the new year off. Okay,
yeah, go get checked out. You can't find Mr. Right and you got a bumpy on your lip, or Mrs. Right and she got a bumpy on both of her lips, if you know what I mean. So go get looked at.
Oh my gosh.
And that's one. Chlamydia is still out there, people. I don't know if you realize that, but it's not a good thing to get. What happened?
We want you guys to go ahead and get checked out, of course, because of all of the crazy things that Jay has said. Although they are comical, he is very truthful in what he's saying. Nobody wants to go into a new year with some stuff that you can't get rid of.
Yeah, ain't nothing's ever. No one's never got disease and be like, "Oh, you crazy for that?" Like, nah.
You don't want to be hurting.
Nah.
It sound like the phone over there ringing, but
is that for us?
I think so. Whoever that is calling us, y'all might have to call back in like 5 minutes.
Right.
So if you do want to call in, though, here is our number: 708-223-8953. Again, the number is 708-223-8953. So, yes, go get checked out in 2019. And don't be afraid of the doctor. A lot of, especially Black folks, are afraid of the doctor because we don't want nobody to tell us. Like, we get afraid. Like, we got anxiety about the doctor.
Anxiety going. You ever go get your car fixed and you like, if anything over $250, I'm blowing this car off. Like, if anything over I hate going there. You go there for something simple, like a tire rotation, and they tell you that your car is like bleeding gasoline or something like that. So
that's why you're scared to go to the doctor.
I'm scared to go to the doctor, but I'm going to get checked out. I get checked out once a year.
Once a year? Yeah. Well, at least go
get that blood work. Like black man.
Yeah, my appointment is next week.
Right. Don't wait till your ears are bleeding before you.
Or you got something dripping from your pee-pee.
The drip.
The drip. And not because you look good, okay?
Exactly.
Okay, so number 2, let's define what dating is and what a relationship is, and then share that with each other. I think a lot of times there's a lot of miscommunication around what dating is and what relationship is. And so sometimes we end up in these situations where you're having a conversation over the phone, or there's online dating and things like that now.
Right.
somebody that you're dating might say that, hey, that's dating. Whereas for you, you might just say we talking, and it's not the same as dating.
Well, we were talking about that earlier, like how people communicate via, they don't give out numbers anymore. They were like, hey,
Yeah.
what's your Instagram? What's your IG?
Right.
So,
So at the point that you give out the IG and the social media now, are you dating or y'all just talking?
we're just talking that you don't begin
From your
dating. You
perception.
don't begin dating until you get the actual number. So you go to the IG and Snapchat. That's like the pre-screen to see,
The
like,
pre-screen.
I'm gonna look at these pictures, and if I see anything that might hint that this person's crazy, I'm gonna unfollow and block them. But if not, then I can get the number and go from there.
Okay, so if somebody give you the number, y'all dating.
Yeah, we're dating. And we have to go on a date first to be dating.
Right. Okay. So what if, but okay. So there's a lot of people who say that just because I go out with you on a date doesn't mean that we're dating. So that's why it's important to have the conversation on the difference between what dating is and the difference between a relationship. Because some people who are in relationships say that they're dating.
So if my thing is, then we going Dutch. Then if we're not dating, we're going Dutch, right?
Hey, I feel that if we go out on dates, that means that we're dating.
Right.
However, you do get some women, and now with the whole, I guess, feminist movement and things like that, women wanting to be equal, they don't mind going Dutch anymore. I got a problem with that.
I think
I ain't going Dutch.
Between 150 and 200. So say a total amount spent on another person ranges between $150 and $200. I don't care how many dates that is. A decision needs to be made. Like,
so if the first date is $100,
you fucked up. First of all.
Like, we go together.
Right. So a decision needs to be made within that range. I don't know how you want to spread that out. Chili's got 2 for $20. You can get like 6 dates in. But 150 to 200,
Jay.
you should be able to make a decision if you mess with this person.
Yeah. I agree. So again, make sure that you all have the conversation about if you guys are just talking, if you guys are dating, or if you are in a relationship, and draw those boundaries, because people are confused. What the definitions are to you is completely different than what they are to somebody else. So Danisha made a comment right here. She says, hold on, Danisha, let me get you. What's wrong?
Chantelli, when you was out in these streets, when you was single, what did you consider dating? What was your definition of dating? If you're listening, if you're watching still.
Can you go to my page and go to Danisha? Okay, so
I just said Chantelli questions.
I know, but until Chantelli responds, can you go ahead and go to Danisha on my page, because I can't see more. Okay. So yeah, I think so. Yeah, just make sure you guys are drawing those boundaries and you having clear communication about who's doing what. Because in my opinion, if you're going out on a date, that means you're dating. And until a conversation is had about us being in a relationship and a committed relationship, or if we just doing this whole friends with benefits thing, or whatever the case is, it needs to be a clear cut communication on what we doing.
Either way, go get checked out.
Either way, you're right. Number one, go get checked out.
Danisha said, that's crazy. You have to check social media first before you get or give a number. Clearly, I'd be lost trying to date now. It's weird out there because you get to see people will post their whole life on social media. And you get to see if somebody's really crazy. You can see the 6 relationships in 6 months that somebody's went through.
Unless they deleted them.
Like, I always find it funny. I see people with like 8 posts. I'm like, something's wrong. Something went wrong somewhere.
So, do you think that's a young thing though, where people will go and ask for the social media?
Yeah, that's a millennial thing.
Well, I'm a millennial, and I think towards
you're an old millennial.
Right. I was gonna say towards the front end of millennials. I don't think we go straight to the snap. I have been approached by that, but they were like a little younger than me. It was like, hey, what's your snap? Hit me up on the snap. And I'm like, excuse me. I don't need, what is the snap, first of all?
What is the snap?
What is the snap? Because I don't have Snapchat.
Yeah. Santelli says dating is a relationship to me. You are regularly entertaining each other. That's true. You can't
So how do you? Okay, so I agree that you do have dating experiences when you're in a relationship. Okay. However, what is the step before you enter a relationship? Is that dating? You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's dating. You dating, aka interviewing for the job.
Right. So that's dating.
Yeah, you dating.
But she's saying that dating is a relationship.
I mean, well. I mean, that's her definition. That's something. She's old school. So if I'm dating you, then I'm in hopes of a relationship. Like some people in a part of their life, there I don't have time to be dating multiple people trying to figure out who to want. So if I make a clear cut decision on I want to date this person, that's the person I'm going to pursue strongly for a relationship with. I
Right.
get that.
Okay. Want to go to
Hey, it's Mary Lee.
the
What's
next
going
one?
on?
Hey, Marilee.
Yeah. Put your pride aside and apologize. What do you mean by
Yes.
that?
Put your pride aside and apologize. Okay. Sometimes we don't do things the right way.
Like,
And it's difficult for people to just say, okay, I'm wrong in this. Let me apologize. A lot of times we react because of our emotions. We get angry or we get sad or whatever the case is, and we just react, but we don't figure out, or even want to admit that we're wrong because we don't like that vulnerability feeling. So if we can push that aside, just apologize.
I would like to admit that I'm giving everyone permission to apologize to me if they've done something wrong to me last year. So you have my permission to apologize. So is that the same thing?
What you apologizing for?
I didn't do nothing.
I ain't do nothing. You know what? One of my friends, my Facebook friends, or she was a friend from college, and she had made a post today, and she said, ladies, sometimes it's not the men that do stuff. Sometimes we be basically cold blooded. We do some stuff. And I was like, girl, you lying. We don't do nothing.
Y'all be pushing them buttons, y'all.
I said that jokingly. Of course, I teach women about handling our own stuff. Like we do some dirty stuff sometimes.
Women know how to get underneath men's skin.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like the stuff that y'all can say to us, we can never say to y'all.
No, you bet not. You bet not say it. So again, the phone number, if you would like to chime in, 708-223-8953. We are doing the top 19 dating and relationship goals for 2019.
Openly dating is what I hear the youngins say. That's what Chantelli, aka somebody's gonna get herpes.
What did she say?
Openly dating is what the youngins say.
Openly dating. What do my students say? My students say they talking.
They talking. Yeah, that's old.
But see, the thing is, if they talking, they also freaking.
Yeah, and they sharing DNA.
And they're sharing DNA because most of them ain't using protection.
Yeah. Did anyone say your New Year's resolution or on the 31st? Did you guys apologize to anyone for anything? If not, how about you apologize to somebody right here? They might not see
call
it.
In. Who do you want to apologize to?
I want to hear some of these.
Right. 708-223-8953.
You got anybody to apologize for?
No. I apologize when I need to apologize.
I think that I don't apologize. I mean, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I'm like, I don't think I'd hurt anybody's feelings this year. I might have talked about Instagram comedians or something like that. But other than that,
yeah, if I'm wrong and I catch it, I apologize.
Chantelli said I apologize to myself.
Good, Chantelli. We're gonna talk about that. Hold it.
Travel.
Okay. Yes. Next on our list is travel. Why do you think travel is on the list?
People need to get out of Chicago, especially now. It's cold. And like if you haven't been on an airplane in several years, you don't know what you're missing. There's a lot of other stuff to look at in this world. So you owe it to yourself to get out. Even if it's somewhere like Geneva, Illinois. It seems like a different place, but this go.
Totally different place.
Get away from your kids. I know you hate them sometimes. Just get away from them.
Yes. So traveling kind of it expands your mindset. and get you exposed to a lot of different things. You get exposed to different cultures, you get exposed to different foods, different activities, and all types of things.
And you might meet somebody.
Yeah.
My goal is a minimum of 3 trips this year. What about you?
Oh, I usually do about 5 a year. Yeah,
that's a lot.
Hey, I catch flights. Got a passport. Did you get your passport? Okay, let's move on.
Find a friend in each other.
1 second. Dinesha says, man, I'm ready to leave these kids with their grandma right now. Yes. Can we go back to travel real quick? The other thing about traveling, is that you get a chance to see what the other person likes. Like here in Chicago, we have the lakefront, but when you go to other spaces, a lot of times they have mountains, or they have, real beaches and oceans and things like that. We were just talking about my trip to Mexico with my sister, and I asked you, would you ever do the open water snorkeling?
No,
you said no.
Absolutely not.
But see,
why? Why do you think they make swimming pools? Why would I get in water with stuff in there waiting for me already? That makes no sense to me. Like they have pools on resorts for that reason, because they know it's stuff out there that would eat you.
But there's amazing things about the water. Like it's huge. Like you're connected to like the world when you're in the water, like ocean water.
You're gonna be connected to stitches after you get bit by a shark. Like it amazes me that people get in the same water. I don't even go to clubs there's been a shootout at. So why would I go in water that the sharks ate?
Because it's a new experience, Jay.
Getting bit by a shark is a new experience.
But can you just kind of check out from the side and see if somebody get bit by the shark? And then if nobody gets bit by the shark, why don't you take a chance?
Take a chance? What kind of advice is take a chance?
Yes. Look, in life, you have to be able to take risks and take chances.
Like I hope you don't like dark meat. That's the chance you want me to take. Like, you didn't eat the white.
You talking to the person that jumps off a plane, so
we can't relate to that right now. So
I'm just saying, even in that, you learn what if a person is adventurous, if they're not adventurous, what they can handle and what they can't handle, which is why travel is important. I know that if we ever go out of the country, it's going to be a problem. Why? Because you are a picky eater. Yeah. You don't eat nothing.
I know. I don't want to get...
And even in other countries and in other states, even a hamburger here in Chicago is a different hamburger in a different state or country. Right. And you're going to have a problem.
Chantelli said, I had a heart attack in the water by my leg being caressed by seaweed. I would
Oh, my gosh.
As soon as something touches me, I'm losing it. And I'm short already. So how far in the water? If I can't stand up, I'm coming back.
They have life jackets.
If I gotta do all of that, why can't I just sit in the jacuzzi?
Let me tell you something. So when I was in Mexico, right, they had these Mayan caves called cenotes, and it was beautiful. So like you're in a cave and it's huge, and there's rocks and things like that, but it's just really cool, and it's pure blue water. Beautiful. You don't want to get in that?
I have no desire to get in that. Like I have no, like I can look at it fine, but I don't want my body touched by nothing.
What's your dream vacation?
Sit on the beach, look at the water, and get drunk. That is great. What is wrong with that?
Where do you want to visit?
Hawaii would be great.
And Hawaii is an island?
It's an island with a lot of sharks.
Surrounded by water.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be on the beach.
Not in the water.
Not in the water. Getting drunk.
You are out of your mind.
You don't want to jump out of planes and want to play with sharks, and I'm out of my mind. Let's see how that works.
Okay. Anyways, let's move on. So you said find a friend in each other and get you some friends.
You said there's a lot of lonely people out here.
I'm saying that yes, sometimes people find some people forget to have friends of their own because they feel like their mate is their best friend. And that's fine. Your mate should be your best friend, right? But you should also have sometimes when he just want to be with his boys or you just want to be with your girls.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes the strip club is an option, but we don't go to the strip club because we just go pray and stuff like that in prayer circles.
Who?
Huh?
Who do that?
No.
You and your boys?
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you're lying. You're lying. Whatever.
Mari said, I felt the same way, Jay, until I went to the Virgin Islands and fish swam up to me and let me feed them. It was awesome.
Yeah, it is. It is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I did snorkel and I was with fishes. And they was all around my leg, but I was okay with that.
They were regular fish. But
they were fish.
What if something else would have came around? Then it's a problem, right?
Jay, when they have these types of activities, they usually have borders up to prevent certain things from coming.
You think that'll work?
It's been working for quite some time.
Okay, that's fine. We just watched the shark movie.
No, we watched Piranha.
We watched Piranha and the Meg.
Oh yeah, we did the Meg. Yep. But that was anyways. So yeah.
Okay.
You're an interesting character. So yes, friendship is very important. Friends, when things are going wrong with your partner, you don't necessarily have to tell them your business, but your friend will be able to tell you, hey, you're not really yourself. And I think there's something going on. My girl Roshonda, she'll call me in a minute. Not that anything's going on with their relationship, but she'll call me when she just need a girl's night and be like, girl, like when we going out. And so sometimes we just need that friend.
Let me ask you this. What do you think a guy's night consists of? Like a guy over 30. What do you think would him and his boys do?
Eat
and talk about.
Eat.
Cool. I'm with that. All right.
I think eat. I would think probably a strip club. Probably shoot pool and drink.
First of all,
watch sports.
I have an organization that I started a long time ago where we go to strip clubs not to participate, but to save these women and help them. Some of them have past due bills that need to get paid, and they're not going to pay themselves. So we take it upon ourselves to give them the money they need to pay these bills.
And that's the organization. What's the name of the organization?
Tips and Tits.
That's what you came up with.
I'm getting a trademark.
Oh, okay. That actually is a pretty good name. That's nice. Mm-hmm. So Demetrius says, I'm with him on that. I'm not getting in the water with fish and other stuff in it.
Like, why you act like I'm the only maniac that's not getting in this water?
You guys need to have a life. Live. I don't.
The crocodile hunter died in the water.
There's so much amazing things in this world, and you should be able to experience it. That's all I'm saying. It's to
remain in the water. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, so let's do this. If there is issues where, like me, I'm very much so an adrenaline junkie. I'm gonna zip line. I'm gonna jump off planes. I'm gonna jump off buildings. I'm gonna get in the water. I'm a snorkel. I want to swim with sharks eventually. Meanwhile, this dude don't do none of that. So when you travel, you do have to figure out where you guys meet in the middle so that it's something safe yet risky and safe.
Not a bedroom. That's a great place to meet.
The balcony.
I'm not gonna die there.
Oh my gosh, you a hot mess, boy. Okay, so yeah, friends. Get you some friends. Okay, and then the other thing is, some of my friends are adventurous too. So maybe there's a trip where we want to take an adventure. You ain't gonna go.
Cool.
Because exactly, get you some friends. A lot of women, though, they won't do things. They won't experience things that they want to because their guy won't do it.
Right. Just like the reason that some guys go to the strip club to experience some things that their wife won't do.
Wife?
Mm-hmm.
So married men going to the strip club? See, that's the problem. Anyways, moving on. You said it. Not me.
I'm just saying, like, somebody got to pay the light bill. It ain't all single people.
Moving on. This year, a goal that you need to have with your person, your special person, the person that you're dating or you're in a relationship with, you need to talk about money. I think that's a topic that's avoided all the time. People don't like talking about money.
Because everybody broke.
Broke, or they just have limiting beliefs around money.
That's true.
What else you got to say about money? See, you ain't got much to say about money.
You need money.
You need money. You need to know how to get money. Possibly if you're in a relationship or you're striving for marriage, how you're going to get money together, how you're going to build your empire and do things that generate some extra income for you guys.
Yeah, things get tight. What are you willing to do to generate extra income? Like
that place.
What are you willing to compromise? You want that new TV set, right? Hey.
What you gonna do? Shake some for a little bit to change. You a mess. But also, when things get tight, right, and you're dating and you're in a relationship, you do have to nurture that relationship or that dating experience. And a lot of times when we go out on dates, you have to spend money. So sometimes you got to be a little bit more creative.
People, I know y'all right now, nobody's trying to hear about money. People are still recovering for Christmas, and now they got to look up, and Valentine's Day is next month. So people not trying to hear about money. Maury said,
but that's the thing. You need to discuss money.
You do. Maury said, good point. My boyfriend just told me how much he makes after 2 years. So what did you
see?
think?
Why?
Well, is he a drug dealer, Maury? Did you discuss how much? Did you tell him how much you make? Because a lot of guys might be intimidated if their woman makes more money than them.
See, yep, that's another issue.
But that's another show.
And that's another show, another issue.
We said we old. You figure both of y'all got the same amount in y'all SSI check?
Demetra says, I mean, you can live and still do that. Tisha says, you rock, Crystal. Demetra says, I mean, you don't have to do everything your mate does. For example, a man can sit on the beach and get drunk. I can't see the rest of his message.
Somebody got to call a lifeguard once that shark bites your foot off.
You know what? My sister is kind of like you, but I'm starting to get her to be more adventurous. And she's like, somebody got to be able to tell the story. Right.
That tale that goes on and on.
Somebody got to be able to tell the story. Somebody got to say what happened. Yeah. So, what about doing a random act of kindness together?
Like what? Like work at a food dispensary or something?
Yeah, food dispensary. There's Feed My Starving Children. I think we can make sandwiches together, pass them out to the homeless. Like any little thing. Maybe
like what I discussed earlier about my organization that I would love to see is
that you would love to do what, Jay? You would love to what?
To bring a special person with me to distribute money to these women so they can pay bills.
What special person?
You want to come and to the club with me to distribute singles to these ladies?
If I go in there, I'm gonna give them copies of the Boss Set Breakthrough book. Okay, holla.
You can't save everybody, but get your book anyway.
Get my book, okay.
You can't save women who wash up in the sink every night at work.
Stop it, Jay.
Okay.
You know good. Okay. Seriously, acts of kindness,
acts
right?
Of kindness, yes.
You get to be creative with that. It's something that you do together, and you're creating a collective energy with the two of you.
That's true.
Instead of one person always doing the acts of kindness and the other person don't.
That's true.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Next.
Communicate. Avoid tough topics. Don't assume anything.
No, you read that wrong. Okay, so communicate. Okay, so communicate. So stop avoiding the tough topics. A lot of times we have these things that need to be discussed, especially women. Men too. We had this.
Real quick,
What?
Nene said, me and my man talk about going to strip clubs all the time. We just ain't been yet. Giselle Doyle, I'm sponsoring 3 college tuitions from Club O right now. You need to get on board my organization. We're not for profit, so you just need to sign up. These are what people are saying.
Did you just interrupt me with that?
They were talking about strip clubs, and we're talking about doing random acts of kindness. These are what the people are saying. Listen to the people.
Listen to
we're talking about random acts of kindness, and these people are trying to help. And you want to get in water and get bit, and they trying to actually help people.
I'm not dealing with you. I'm not. Going back to the list, communicate. So as I was saying, people avoid the tough topics. Sometimes we suppress the things that we feel and don't want to discuss things that could potentially hurt the other person or that they just don't want to deal with. And so we have to have those communications.
So like my man Jody and Baby Boy said, I lie to you because I care about your feelings. That's what Jody said.
It's 2019, Jay, and I'm really trying to keep it together. I'm really trying to keep it together. Don't assume anything, okay? Sometimes you might see a person and they might look like they're upset, but that's your perception. And so instead of just acting funny because they're acting funny, then you go and have a conversation. What's
a tough conversation you think to have?
Something about money. Like, look, so I ain't got the rent this month.
So what you about to do? What you about to go out there?
No, it's not what you gonna do. It's how we gonna come with this money. Now it's a week. I ain't got the month. Look, I know I was supposed to pay the rent this month, but I'm short. I'm a little short. How are we going to come up with this money? But at least you invite that person to give you some different ideas or to say, don't worry about it. I got some extra funds or something. That could be a tough conversation. It could be a tough conversation if you want your special person to come to your family's gathering with you and they in their head, they I really don't want to be around your family. Mm-hmm. How do you have that conversation?
Right,
to say look, honestly, I'm not feeling your family.
That's hard. That's a relationship breaker because the family will be there forever.
Yeah, especially if it's a good, solid family.
Yeah, Mari said discussing the truth about each other's flaws.
Yeah,
that's like some people don't want to hear that they head big as shit. I mean, that's just what it
is. Exactly, because Jay Davis showed them.
What just happened? Mm-hmm. That's the way you're taking it? Okay. Talking grapefruit. I'm sitting next to you.
Talking grapefruit. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What's next?
We communicating. That's what we doing. Be open to receiving just as much as you give.
Yeah. What do you think that is?
I don't know. What you wrote it? I don't know.
Be open to receiving just as much as you give.
Does this get dirty? Or do you want me to think something dirty?
No.
Oh, okay.
Gosh.
You wrote it.
Okay, so what I meant by this is that so be open to receiving. So a lot of times we give so much of ourselves within a relationship, but when they try to give us something back, we don't always be open to it.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So a lot of times women might be okay with having sex with a guy. And if he say if he is more lovey-dovey or, wanting to take her out and do the whole wine and dining thing, a lot of times women will ward that off depending on what's going on in their past. So I'm saying be open to receiving just as much as you give.
I got you.
Or a lot of times people, for men, it's men are known to be the provider. They are the ones that dish out the funds for the money for the food or the dates and things like that. But when a woman try to pay for something, he's like, no. So Be open to receiving.
Okay. Real quick, Larry D. Williams II said, it's very simple. Keep that stuff to yourself. If you don't like their family and you like them, keep your mouth shut. So you're gonna be miserable. What if they mama
No,
musty,
I'm
Larry?
not about to be
What if you're
miserable
around a
for.
musty mama? Your mother-in-law gonna be musty, and she taking you over there for every holiday, and that and she want to sit next to you. What? You gonna put up that? What if your dad's a drunk and he's all over you? So
I think it depends on who the person is. I think it at the end of the day, it still needs to be communicated. So what? Okay, so have the conversation. Hey, I'm really not feeling being around your family this season. Like, I'm just not feeling it. Have the conversation so that there's some type of compromise or some meeting in the middle where the person can come back and say, okay, well, look, we gotta go, or I would really like for you to go, but maybe we won't stay there as long. We won't have to stay there that long. You know what I'm saying?
I ended a relationship with somebody before I got serious because it's like I knew because the father was alcoholic. Like every time you go there, he's drunk. Yeah. Like no matter what time, I'm like, this ain't gonna work. And he was like a belligerent alcoholic.
Oh wow.
So I don't think it'll work. Mari said, like when he's whacking bed, that's like another thing, something
you gotta communicate.
Yeah, you gotta tell him.
Yes. What Chantel said?
Let's see. I'm with Larry. Respect and communication for the family, but in the end, you are with the person, not the musty mama.
But like Jay said, and that goes back to knowing what your values and boundaries are too, because like Jay said, that's a relationship breaker for him. If my family gonna be there forever, so if you can't deal with my family, you can't deal with me.
Right.
Yeah. And I'm the same way because I'm really close to my family.
Your family dope.
Thank you. Your family dope too.
They all
right. All right. Create goals and intentions together if you're in a relationship. Create goals and intentions. Even if you're dating, I think it's okay to set some intentions together, so that you know what direction you guys are going into.
I think so too. You shouldn't just be shacking up for like longer than, if anything, over 2 years and y'all haven't made a decision yet, it ain't gonna work. Y'all just sleeping together and y'all just like having sex with each other at that point. That's just what it is. Y'all financially secure and you like having sex with each other. You don't want nothing else other than that.
That's messed up.
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's messed up. Okay. I feel like we're running shorter on time.
Well, we gotta get through it.
I know where we at.
Have protected sex. Who wrote this nonsense?
You.
I didn't. Nobody. Hey, everybody know I didn't write that. Have protected sex. Kind of foolishness.
Yes, y'all. Orgasm. I just recently read an article that for women's vaginal health, we actually need to orgasm at least 3 times a week.
For real?
Yeah.
Okay.
So look, get it cracking. Just make sure that you get checked out. Okay? Because some things you can still get even with the condom.
You can, like crabbies?
Yeah, you can get crabs, herpes.
Ew.
Yeah. Get the bumpies, get the nasties. So yeah, you want to make sure that you get checked out, and yes, have sex. Have sex. It's good. Protected sex.
Go raw.
Protected sex. Unless you're in a monogamous relationship and you've communicated what's going to happen if we have an issue.
Look here, if you're not willing to die.
Who's purchasing the Plan B pill?
If you're not willing to die for it, you really ain't want it.
Who's
What happened?
I'm going to punch you.
Okay.
Who's going to purchase the Plan B pill?
Mm-hmm.
Who's going to what are we going to do if I become impregnated?
What abortion clinics take Groupon?
I didn't want to go there, but that is an option for some people. However, let's just put it out there. Let's not use abortions as birth control. I'm just saying. I know so many people that get so many dang on abortions that don't make no sense. Okay, that's a whole nother show.
The slipping down the steps because it was too much pound all on the step.
I'm not playing with you.
All right. I'm just saying. You don't have to pay the $250, fellas.
You will not give out that type of advice to our audience.
I didn't tell nobody to push nobody down the steps if It's a lot of pine.
You will not inspire those thoughts.
I'm not. I'm just trying to help.
You did inspire thoughts.
Fellas who are in a financial crunch. It's options you have.
No, you communicate because maybe I'm not dealing with you, Jay. Mm-hmm. Moving on.
Okay. Moving on.
Forgive often. Forgive yourself, forgive each other, and forgive others. Basically, don't bring no baggage to the relationship.
So leave your ex in 2018?
Your ex?
Or your ex situation?
Yeah, you shouldn't. Yeah. Okay. You know, around my birthday, and then it's weird because my birthday is in October, but I do it again in December. And I look and evaluate my life to see who's going to stay and who ain't going to stay and why they ain't going to stay.
You make cuts like a team?
I do cuts. Yes. This is my movie. And sometimes people act like extras and extras get cut.
You ain't make the playoff roster,
extras get cut. I got that from Yana Couture. Okay, that's my baby sis. Real quick, Demetria says, like he said, go raw. If it's with the right person, why not go raw? I'm just saying, look, you guys are adults. You choose and you pick your poison, okay?
The people have spoken.
Let the people speak.
Go raw.
Do what they're going to do, but I'm saying get checked out. And know what the plan is in the event that something pops up.
If you're not willing to die for it, you really didn't want it. Period.
I swear, I cannot wait until 9:00. We about to tee up in the studio.
Be consistent.
Be consistent. Yes. You know how like in the relationship, like especially in the beginning of the relationship, things are like so great. And then they start getting stale. And then I guess people always say like around the 6-month mark. No, they don't even say that. Like around 3 months. Like people start acting real funny. They true colors start coming out, you know, and then you don't want to be with that person anymore. Or they start acting different.
People get comfortable.
Yeah. They do get comfortable, but it's important to stay consistent. So if you have that communication where you're talking about your values and setting those goals and intentions with each other, then you know what to expect. For me, dating is important, sex is important, and things like that. So I'm going to have these conversations like, look, this is what we need to do. This is when we need to do it. And this is how often we need to do it. You know, I'm not just talking about sex. I'm talking about like goals. I'm talking about finances. Why are you doing that, Jay?
I didn't do nothing. I even said nothing.
We're having adult conversations,
yes,
real raw and honest conversations about dating
and
relationships.
You raw, right?
Yes, that's our show. Did you forget? Real raw and honest conversations.
What we just talking about going. Okay.
I'm just saying, guys. Look, I'm just saying, guys. Whatever it is that you set the intention for, just be consistent and have that open conversation with your mate so that you can keep the consistency, right?
That's true.
You don't even know what I said.
I'm reading questions. I'm sorry.
What they saying? They
again? Said Crystal Crystal Iris, stay live for the tee up with Jay. I got to see this Jimmy scream.
Oh yeah, we will stay live. All right.
Find humor in each other's flaws.
Yeah. Like that big old watermelon here we was talking about earlier. You know, find humor in it. It's absolutely hilarious.
Exactly. Like when you be twerking,
it makes you laugh.
Like when you be twerking, I'll be like, what's happening over there? What happened? We not laughing?
Does it make you laugh?
No, it doesn't.
First of all, I do be twerking, okay? And I twerk it good. Look, I twerk what my mama gave me, and all she gave me was a little bit, and that's okay.
Yeah.
But you laugh at it.
Exactly. Laugh at each other's flaws.
At least it makes you laugh.
Right.
Whatever, Jay. I can't stand you.
What is she doing to her back? Okay.
What am I doing? Let's talk about this thick neck you got.
First of all, why we that's what we attacking
No,
each other right now. That's what the show's turned
I'm
to?
about to get on you, but no. We about to fight. I'm
I
not
will
fighting
exit
you.
this show.
I'm not about to fight you, bruh. After the show, stay alive for Chantelli. Okay, moving on. Actually date. Don't allow things to get stale. If you have a busy schedule, commit to at least 1 to 2 date nights a month out of the house. People get real comfortable with that Netflix and chill.
That's not hard to do 1 or 2 date nights.
No, it's not. Especially if you have a busy schedule.
Right.
I think it's okay. Like, get out of the house, get to know each other, do some things.
Yeah. Go to the strip club, whatever you guys want to do. Contribute money to women.
Do you really want to go to the strip club?
I don't see. You keep thinking I'm going for pleasure. This not for me. This for them.
Right, it's a charity.
Yeah, it's a charity. I'm trying to help these women out. You want to give back. Let me give back the way I give back.
Jay, what's a typical guy's night? You never answered that.
Prayer circle.
No, be honest.
Eating graham crackers and alcohol-free beer. That's pretty much it.
What's the truth, Jay?
Just have some drinks. Talk about
and eat wings.
How we want to punch girls in the face. The women that we close. No.
So you're abusive.
We're not abusive.
You and your crew is abusive.
In our head, we were like, you know what? If I could throw her out the window and get away with it,
and bring her back to life,
right? And bring her back to life, I would throw her every day.
Good thing I like adventures. Try it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about how women abuse us physically and mentally.
Cut it out. So y'all go around talking about each other's feelings.
Okay.
Interesting.
Open up.
Interesting. Okay. Give more hugs and kisses.
To each other or random people?
To each other.
Okay.
Why do you think that is?
To show affection. You have to show the person that, hey, I appreciate you. And I like kissing you and touching you when you have no clothes on and clothes on.
Ooh. What time is it, sir?
It is 8:46.
Okay. So next, give more hugs and kisses, people. You have to be able to love on each other as much as you can, especially in the world we live in. Like, you just never know when you're gonna see the person again.
Yes, that is true.
So, it's a crazy world. Anything can happen.
Right. Pray. Is somebody calling?
I don't know. Burrell ain't been in here in a long time.
All right. Pray individually and collectively.
Yes, I think that is so important.
Yeah, everybody should pray to whatever God you believe in.
Yeah, but I think everybody should pray, but not just individually. I think that's important to do together, especially if your intention is for marriage or to go a little bit further. And I know in my case, like I've prayed for a certain type of man. So when he comes, it's only right that I give praise and that we do this thing together. If that was the avenue. Okay. You see what I'm saying?
That makes sense.
So I think that's important. Do you think that's important?
That's very important. Everybody should believe
to pray together. I think a lot of people get afraid to like say prayers out loud, but I think you have to nurture like that spiritual side.
You don't want to hear what I pray about sometimes. It gets real dark.
It gets real dark.
All right, so tell you, I'm for real. I'm opening up a barbecue joint with that name, J. Davis. Tips and Tits. It specializes in rib tips, flame broiled chicken breasts with occasional weekly stripper who dances in mild sauce. I'm inspired. I am inspired.
I said that was actually a really good name.
I'm out here trying to help people. The way we help people at these strip clubs, I'm helping people on Facebook.
This girl says strip. What she said? Occasionally dance in mouth sauce.
That is beautiful.
She is a hot mess.
Goddamn saint.
She is a hot mess. Demetrius said men do the strip club and do drinks. That's what he said.
That's what he said.
A typical guy's name.
Yeah, and we help people.
Yeah, right.
Pray that we don't poison each other once y'all start filming the next movie. Oh my God. That's what Danisha said.
Oh, Tanisha. That's all right, girl. That's all right. So, be honest, forthcoming, and be in truth always. I think that sums it up pretty good for the majority of the things that we have on the list. Just be open and be honest and be forthcoming and be in truth always.
I enjoy your twerking.
Thank you, Jay.
No problem.
I think you do.
I do.
Mm-hmm. It brings some joy to your life.
Yes. Yes, it does. Okay.
I enjoy you snoring. You bear. Okay. Hey, I was admiring I was laughing at your flaws. This goes.
Yeah, funny.
Yeah, it was nice. It was real nice.
The last one, get fit.
Get fit. I think that's important.
Yeah, nobody want to die.
No. I think even when you're dating and getting to know somebody, that's good to work out with them and to get fit. My dad says, hey daddy. And then
how you doing, sir?
Demetrius says, be open-minded. That's good.
Yes.
Okay, so let's go to JT letter today. Okay, so there's not a letter, but we do have some quick little JT. Actually, okay, yeah, JT. Okay, so for those of you who are not dating yet or is not in a relationship yet, but have the desire to be in a relationship or desire to start dating, but you're having a difficult time, I created these tips. They're straight from my book, The Boss That Breakthrough, to help you to make room for dating and attracting the type of person that you want and need in your life. Okay. So number one is to get to the root of what your issues are. If you're constantly angry, you have trust issues, you're unhappy with yourself, get to the bottom of it. A lot of times, like I said earlier, I saw a post today that said a lot of times it's not the guy who has the issue, it's the women, because we are emotional people. And a lot of times we don't get rid of that before we go into the next relationship. And so it's so important to get to the root of what your issues are and stop blaming other people. Sit in what it is that's going on with you and figure it out. Okay, that's number one. Number two, write a forgiveness letter to yourself. It releases, and Chantelli had kind of said that earlier. She said, she needed to apologize to herself. And you do have to do that. I've done this so many times because I allowed certain things to come into my life, or I've blamed myself for situations that were completely out of my hands, out of my control. And so to kind of relieve myself of that and to create a better energy, I had to forgive myself and just let go of the things that I could no longer change. Okay. Number three, clean up. Energetically, you need to clean up your space. So if you have an office space, if you're living at home, you have a room, wherever your common areas are, you need to clean up. It brings so much more flow and energy to your life. Okay.
All right.
So that was good. You want to recap real quick the 19?
No, I'm not going through all that.
Okay, that's cool. Okay, no problem.
But to sum it up, enjoy your year, meet new people, go out, enjoy your life, be thankful, and most importantly, go raw when you find that special someone.
Have protected sex, good people. You can follow me. I am Crystal Iris on Instagram and on Facebook. Crystal Iris. You can also purchase my new book, which the tips came from The Boss That Breakthrough at www.thebossthatbreakthrough.com.
You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, J Davis TP. That's Jay Davis TP. Tune in next week to more To Be Honest Radio right here on IntellectualRadio.com.
Yes. Happy New Year, guys.